Hey, good morning everyone. I'm out here putting the sold sign up for this house. We had an open house on Saturday and I was going to thank everyone for coming by, and I was actually going to talk about this house for a little bit, but it sold so fast we never got the chance. So I wanted to get people's thoughts on something. I don't know if it's worth saying it or not, but you know, a lot of times the house went for sale, 2 days later it sold. This would be a good time maybe as a real estate agent to be like, yeah, this is why you should get me as your real estate agent, because the house sold in 2 days. But for me, I don't know. I just don't know if that's really being honest about the situation, because in reality, the reason this house sold the way it did and all of that was not because anything I did in the last 2 days. It's really decisions that were made a long time ago and the hard work of the homeowners that made this house sell so fast. So a couple years ago, I helped these folks buy this house, and they bought in a really great area. We are just a little bit north of Lidditz, and that's a great thing you can do. If you buy a house in a good area, it is going to appreciate for a lot of money over a house that is bought in a bad area. So they made a good decision, and I did help them buy the house back then, but it was really their decision. So that's the first thing they did that helped this house today sell really well. The second thing they did is they really added a lot of personal touches. And if you saw this house, it has so much character. It's just a unique touch of their personality. And that's the second thing that people really love in a house. When you move in, they can picture themselves being moved in, and they really love that. So you say, well, then why do I even need a real estate agent? Why can't you just sell your house yourself? So let me give you a couple of my thoughts. One thing, I think you need a real estate agent because a real estate agent is going to help you negotiate the sale. You know, it doesn't take that much work to put a house on the MLS. I mean, a fourth grader could probably do that. And you can hire a photographer to get great photos. And then when the house goes on the MLS, it's going to be on there. And so Zillow and everyone else is going to know about it. So I think in this day and age, a real estate agent isn't so much for trying to get the word out like it would have been back in the day with the great marketing strategy. Because once the house goes on Zillow, most people are searching, they're gonna find out about the house. And it isn't so much necessarily about the listing process, because although that does take some skill, and it takes some skill to run open houses and all that, that is not the primary reason I think you should get a real estate agent. I think my job as a real estate agent is to help negotiate the sale and help get that sale the whole way to settlement. I think that's where a real estate agent can make you a lot of money or lose you a lot of money. And so a lot of people, I think, are shopping around for a real estate agent for the entirely wrong reasons. They are looking for a real estate agent to help them with marketing, when in reality, marketing's important, but that's not the most important thing. I think the most important thing is a real estate agent who is going to negotiate the deal so that, number one, it brings the highest amount out of the future buyers, and number two, it gets those buyers tied to the deal all the way to settlement, so they can't find loopholes to get out of contract or whatever. So again, when you're shopping for an agent, think about that. Do they understand the contract? How well do they know the contract? There's a lot of real estate agents that use the contracts every single day for the agreements of sale that you use to purchase a home and have never read it themselves, do not understand a lot of the paragraphs. Ask a real estate agent, do they understand the contract? And then ask them to explain it to you so that you understand the contract. And number two, ask them what they're gonna do to keep a deal under contract. What about when things go sideways? What are the strategies they have to negotiate inspections? What about when it's a low appraisal? What are their ideas for what could potentially go wrong and how they're gonna keep that train on the track so that the house gets the settlement? So those are my thoughts. If you're looking for an agent, ask them about how they negotiate, ask them what they do to keep a deal on track, more than asking them about their latest marketing strategy, although marketing is important. So Monday tip for you on my thoughts on real estate agency.